Hi there, traders. Just a quick update as we head towards what Trump calls Liberation Day, right? The announcement of the tariffs. Now, the news services are loving this, absolutely loving it. Like, if you look at the stories, it's all about trade wars, and they're starting to blame the numbers that are already coming out on the tariffs and what's going to be coming. There's a huge amount of fear generated, and this happens on every major event. The media just froths over it. It gets people reading articles, all the global world uncertainty. It's a bit of a joke, right? Now, we do want Wednesday out of the way, right? We need to know what the tariffs are. It'd be great to sort of see what retaliation tariffs go against the states, but we just need to get Trump out of the way, and then we can start looking at the markets. Now, look at the price action here, just on a couple of pairs. What I'm trying to highlight is here, you know, there's no real flow here, right? The sort of air has been sort of sucked out of the markets. There's not much going on. The Aussie and Kiwi. Now, this is where I would be looking for something tomorrow, and I will do an update later on the markets and what's sort of going around. But say, for instance, and it's not going to happen, that he did reduce the tariffs on China dramatically to say 10%. You're going to see Aussie Kiwi go up dramatically and dollar CAD or the Canadian dollar as well. Now, there are still some sort of normal things happening, right? And I was sort of saying yesterday, if this is normal, I guess, the like dollar CAD, right? Dollar CAD was rallied up through the roof. Oil's in the 70s. Something's got to give here. The dollar either falls or oil falls, right? As it turned out, it was the dollar that fell. So that's like a normal trade that you could sort of try and anticipate. Outside of that, we are sort of scrambling around, scratching our heads, like trying to work out uh, what are we supposed to do next, right? Now, the US Treasury yields are lower. Now we're starting to see some uniformity, right? Equity markets up. That's a good thing. Now, with that, we should see a risk on profile, which is euro, sterling, Aussie, Kiwi up, and the dollar down. We are starting to see that picture come out. Now, as I said, it won't take long for the markets to digest the Trump tariffs and then just get on with business, right? So just be aware of that at the moment. The looks like the commodities have had a bad day, but I tell you what, Aussie, Kiwi, and CAD, or Kiwi's a bit mixed, have had a pretty good day, right? There's a lot of discombobulation across a lot of different instruments. Now, don't think rushing into the markets as soon as these tariffs are announced is going to do you any favors. It's not, right? We're trying to work for clarity around the markets. We're not sort of getting it just yet. So just hold your horses, because when you start to see the news pages light up like a Christmas tree, right, with all the fear and wars and everything else going on, you know that's pretty close to the end of their story, right? So that's they're just trying to get every ounce of flesh out of it, sell as much advertising as they can, and then we move on to the next thing. All right, so the point of this is just remain calm. Like there's no, like you can get frustrated, sure, but don't let that sort of creep into your trading. If you see a good opportunity, and there may be some leading up to Wednesday, I think he's at the Rose Bowl making his announcement. So let's just see what happens, right? We get the tariffs on the table, then we can start sort of making odds and ends of what's going on. But right at the moment, the price action on the charts isn't great. The price action here on the global markets is starting to become clearer, right? Yields down, equities up, and that should be the US dollar down, right? So that looks like it's maybe a part of the action today, not just at the moment, but let's just see how that plays out. Anyway, the main aim of this video was just to cool your jets, right? Just calm down. There's a lot of anticipation. There's not a lot of good stuff coming out as far as managing risk on stuff that we don't know what the outcome is. So treat that as this is a learning experience. Read what's coming out, see what impact it has on the bond yields, on the equity markets and the currencies, and then we can start to really work out where it goes from here. All right, guys, all the best. Cheerio.